You know, I've always thought that the best way to top off a long, sweaty hike is a hot bath. Good for tired muscles. But at Deep Creek, our next destination, you get that dip in hot water in the middle of the hike. The novelty never wears off. The unmarked trail begins at this rock pile. Now, I've included much more exact directions to where that might be in the description. Oh yeah, it was cold the morning I did this. Although it appears the trail, known as the Bradford Ridge Path, has been officially abandoned, the route is well-worn and easy to follow. It quickly climbs and then descends along Kenley Creek, a tributary to Deep Creek, and is generally dry or merely puddled. The route can be a little rough in spots. Plus, it follows the hilly contours by repeatedly going down and then up. And even though the terrain is a bit on the barren side, it's not without semi-scenic viewpoints to the Deep Creek Canyon. Charming, with a side of brown. After about 2 miles of undulating walking, the trail turns left at this fence post. By this point, you may have been lulled into thinking, this trail isn't so bad. But alas, this is where the treachery begins. One gets the feeling whoever built the trail found themselves stuck a third of a mile above the canyon floor and just decided to elevator down. Steep doesn't describe it. Vertical comes close. Take your time. Watch out for the loose material trying to undercut your feet. Don't hesitate to use both hands and your butt, and you should do fine. The section ends at a narrow drainage before hitting the Pacific Crest Trail at an unmarked junction. Turn right, but not before memorizing the spot so you can find it on the return trip. About a quarter mile later, you'll hit the hot springs. Take any of the paths leading down to the left. So, there are a few good reasons for hanging out here for a while. For instance, the heat helps widen your blood vessels, bringing nutrient-rich blood throughout your body. And if you happen to get here from your hike a little sore, the hot water brings down swelling and loosens your muscles. And there are a few mental benefits as well. It's so relaxing here, it melts away any stress you might be facing. Find a new perspective. Maybe even find a solution to a problem. All this in this natural setting. Oh yeah. Keep in mind when you see people soaking in one of the pools here, they may or may not be naked. Natural settings like this have a way of peeling off your modesty. Okay, this wouldn't be a responsible trail guide unless I gave you a few warnings about the hot springs here. First, don't drink the water. The soil around here is contaminated with a rare disease known as primary amoebic meningoencephalitis, which can find its way into the water. For this reason, it's also advised not to dunk your head. And as you might have guessed, we humans bring with us our own set of nasties, which can be deposited in the water. Just something to consider. Now, Deep Creek is unique for other things as well. For instance, it supports the greatest diversity of wildlife habitat and vegetation in the San Bernardino National Forest. It's designated as a wild trout stream. And buried underneath the sand is the endangered southwestern arroyo toad. Now, given that camping isn't allowed here, you probably won't see the toad because it only comes out at night to forage for food. As I said, remember where the trail back to your car leads off from the PCT. And if this didn't occur to you on the way down, you now have a steep climb on the return trip. Although you may not believe this, but the ascending might actually be easier than the descending. So, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Just to let you know, I post one hike each week. And in the meantime, don't get lost.